What's good, YouTube? Meowscarada here, and welcome to the second of 8 expert solo battle guides that were released alongside Celestial Guardians. If you're new here, my videos aim on giving y'all what I believe is the best way to complete these expert solo battles with the opposite type, or I guess the specified type, because it's not always like the weakness, as well as beating them with 3 diamonds or less. On this channel, we post everything Pokemon Pocket, from expert solo battle guides to meta reports, and this season I want to post a lot more like Master Ball content, as I want to repeat top 1000, although I feel like it's going to be a lot harder this time around. So if any of that interests you, please consider liking and subscribing so you don't miss a thing. With that out of the way, let's get right into today's expert solo battle, which is Incineroar EX. As you can see from the list, we have another like rare candy abuser, which I can't really like complain about. I abused rare candy myself in the last video, and I'm going to be using it in this one. It's like the best way to like actually like use some of these like non-EX strategies. Nonetheless, this deck's strategy is pretty straightforward. It's lead Moltres, build up Incineroar, and just profit, right? Other than that, the majority of the deck is mostly a non-issue. A lot of their supporter, like Red, is dead against us. Cyrus, since our main strategy is just like going at them and like eventually bringing out the next one, and eventually like we never really have like an injured bench, so Cyrus is also useless against us. And since we play spoiler alert, we play Guzma or however you want to pronounce it, the helmet also doesn't come into play. So like the only thing you have to worry about is Leaf, which is just for them to bring take out Moltres without having to spend 2 energy on it, although they don't always have it. And then of course rare candy, so they could go into Incineroar at any moment. But for the most part, they have no healing, they have no Tsareena, so your bench tends to be safe. Also, their numbers are very like, the range that you have to hit doesn't really change. Actually, doesn't change at all because they have no way of manipulating it. The one thing that you have to keep in mind is that Fire Fang will hit us for 50, and that I get the second attack, Scar Charge Smash, does 100 to 160, right? So you have to like stay in those ranges, or that's what you have to keep out for. Sometimes they're just gonna knock out your Pokemon, and you just can't worry about that at that point. But with the pros and cons in mind, the deck I recommend to completely dominate this challenge is Meowscarada Tsareena. And if this list looks familiar, it's because this list has seen some form of like meta relevance, at least at the beginning of Celestial Guardians. If it'll hold up, it's not clear to see because I myself have had mixed results with it. I did make some slight tweaks, however, that make it, I guess, slightly less competitive, but more like attuned to like defeat this challenge specifically. For starters, the game plan is simple. While they are ramping their Moltres, what we want to do the most is just deck thin with Sprigatito, as the more you can search, the better, as it's important to have access to both Meowscarada and Tsareena. And obviously, rare candy is what allows you to play some of these cards. However, if the cat is just searching the entire way through, the chances you find the additional pieces like the rare candy or like the cape or stuff like that that help you win the matchup is going to be obviously more consistent. And don't worry about like your cat being in danger of being knocked out. Due to like the nature of our deck, they do have to get 3 knockouts to get rid of us. So we could afford to like sacrifice the first cat, although most of the time you're not gonna have to. I'm just like letting you know that it's okay if it happens, right? Because as soon as you have a Meowscarada and a Tsareena in your backline, you're good to go. As for the card choices, I ultimately opted to play Erica over Lily, because although in most cases like the Lily does end up healing more, there is some cases where Cape allows your earlier stages, whether it's the cat or the bounce, to survive an Incineroar attack, and then Erica's able to bring it right back. So that's like the few instances where Erica's better than Lily, and I think the trade-off of 10 HP is worth it. Sabrina and Cyrus and Red are all options to help you close out in the end game, whether it's bringing something out or just getting that extra damage to close it out. Also, Red lets you one-shot Moltres with your Meowscarada, and there's certain ranges where it helps with Incineroar as well. Realistically, you could swap any of those out for like a second Sabrina or more Reds, or maybe a Giovanni even. Another card that I considered was Team Rocket Grunt, because if you're able to just take away the energy from Incineroar, it not being able to hit for that 80 is huge. But I didn't want to put like luck when you could have such a consistent like way to win. The Guzma, the way, like I mentioned earlier, is just to remove the helmets and get that out of the way, so we don't have to think about like the range or how much we're able to attack or how aggressive we could get if the helmets are just out of the way. They're also very aggressive with them. They'll place the helmets, both of them. They don't play around Guzma in any way. Last but not least, we maxed out on Leaf, the Leaf Cape, as an additional 30 health, because as I mentioned earlier, it does allow your earlier stages to survive certain attacks, as well as a Meowscarada with Leaf Cape is able to take on a full powered Scar Charge. They don't play Geo or, well, Red. They play Red, but they don't play Geo, so there's no way for them to reach that extra 10 that they need to deal, especially if we get rid of the Rocky Helmet. Ultimately, the list, this list specifically, breezed through the Incineroar challenge for me, and I'm looking forward for any feedback on how it fared for you, as well as if you used any different strategy for this challenge. I would love to hear it, as I'm all ears, and I love replying to all the comments down below. With that said, I wish the best for y'all in your attempts. Looking forward to see y'all in the next one, and above all else, stay pro. All right, going first, and we did lead. Mathematically, we'll lead the cat more than the bounce suite, but it's always good that we opened it anyways. All right. Pokeball into what? We don't know. Another cat. Safe to put that down. And although they don't play Guzma, whatever, they're also not playing Red or Mars, so there's no reason to commit the Leaf Capes just yet. They're not going to attack us this turn anyways. Alright, Pokeball. Into Research, alright. This is a twist, like I probably said it again in the deck profile. A twist on, essentially, I don't know how meta relevant this deck was, but early on in the climb, a lot of people were on this form or this style of Meowscarada. Hoping for a lot of tails here. Okay. And also the reason we're playing Guzma, whatever. We already have the out to both capes. That's the only tools they're playing, but it's quite an annoying tool. However, we're not attacking this turn, like for damage. So we could afford to hold it for a little longer. I think they're not playing Dawn or anything. So I was like, we could probably cape this one here. I'm actually going to establish Floragato here. I'm gonna cry for help here. The reason for the cry for help is if we see Masquerada, we could immediately go into it. And second of all, if we're able to cry for help for the rest of the cards in our deck, we have a better chance in the long run. Although now we're in quite the territory. They're probably going to give it to the Tauros. Yeah. They could go into that at any moment. Oof. Okay, that's already a good thing, but we'll go here. Into this. Realistically, probably no better chance, no better time. If it was like a cape where it gives more health, then I would hold it until it's like lethal. But for now, it's just we have a free turn with no other supporter to use. Might as well get rid of those. And once again, cry for help. This is a guaranteed Meowscarada, which if they get aggressive and they swap out Moltres, like clearly we hard evolve onto this one. Yeah, there you go. It does 10 to itself, so it's at 100. Honestly, our best bet is probably just sending out the Bounce Suite. Because we could Masquerada for 60 damage, but it wouldn't lead to much or anything at all. So let's go Rare Candy here. And we're really hoping for two of 3. Like our run depends on it, really. The cape, I'm still undecided on who deserves it more right now. So I just won't attach it. And we get 1. Can we get a second one, please? Alright, perfect. 3 just to like to make sure. The guarantee that it gets knocked out. Plus they hard retreated. They didn't have one of their 2 leaves. So that's really good for us in the sense that this Moltres can't like attack. Imagine if it came in and swinging for 90, that'd be rough. And the fact that they put it forward, I wish we were playing something with corner. Because now, granted, at any moment they could leaf, right? But being able to get some damage on that Moltres, and then if they retreat it, we're able to Tsareena it back out. I feel like we're in a pretty decent spot to just win already. Alright, and then Incineroar has taken no damage so far, so it's only dealing 100 damage. So far, we have no need to like use the cape or worry about anything right now. I guess we could establish this. We'll hold the cape, we'll hold Tsareena. Our win condition is knocking out this Moltres. If it goes 3 for 3 again, then we just outright... Oh, I'm about to say, like, we just win outright, but... Yeah, they have no healing in the deck, so... This Moltres is stuck at 40 HP, so once it gets backed up, we just Tsareena it back out and Meowscarada for game. Never mind. Now we top deck... we top deck Cyrus and do the exact same play. How many cards do we have like in deck? 5? It's possible. I looked at here because this is where I have like my camera. I should have looked at y'all. I'll say I didn't warn y'all, right? And just like that, honestly, you're basically playing a deck that's, whether it's not, maybe it's not the top tier, but it's meta relevant against a solo battle, right? So that's essentially what this is, but it meets all the requirements. It's all 3 diamonds or less. Granted, I know there's a shiny version of Meowscarada, of Tsareena. There's the promo Sprigatito. Don't use any of those. Obviously, use your 3 diamonds or less copies. And it's all grass. So, GG's. As always, we do multiple tries. I mean, multiple attempts. So, let's go to the second one. Alright, and we're going second, which should be ideal. Especially if we open the cat. We already have rare candy. If they start putting rocky helmets, we have Guzma. Guzma just sounds better. I'm gonna start using Guzma regardless of what the actual pronunciation is. Alright. One of those, like, hopefully, like the other example, they commit both of them. That'd be nice, but we're not attacking physically this turn, so we don't mind using this. Alright, so Pokeball is not guaranteed to be the bounce sweep, but it'd be nice if it was. Alright, so this Cry for Help is going to guarantee either Meowscarada or the bounce sweep. No, nothing else. Mathematically, it should be the Meowscarada, but let's see here. Yeah, Meowscarada is here. And they got to a quick Incineroar, which is never fun. However, due to this, I think we're better off. Hopefully, it's come on, low roll a little bit. There you go. Okay, it's like please don't have a 3 coin, like 3 heads in one. Hey, Leaf, does Cape help us in any way? Technically, if they retreat into Incineroar, they hit for 60. So this Cape does make it so we survive just a bit longer. I do, however, have zero intentions of attacking. Because this Cry for Help allows us to find Bounce Sweep, potentially. It does. So that's where I want to use my rare candy. So I don't mind Incineroar knocking out this cat, because then we'll follow it up with Meowscarada. Alright, perfect. And the Guzma. Yeah, Guzma. I was like, is that the name I decided I was going to use? It's going to get full value, knocking out both Rocky Helmets out of the game. And there's the other rare candy, so we actually go Meowscarada here. That's beautiful. Let's start off with this. Then we drop Bounce Sweep. Put this to 2. Rare candy it up, and with Cyrus, that will be forever in lethal range, mainly because there's no healing in this deck. I think I've already mentioned that, but yeah, we're just one off of the Moltres knockout, but we're fine for the most part. Yeah, because this Incineroar is only gonna hit us for 100, so we're still alive, meaning we could hit it right back, put it in range for the rest of our deck to knock it out. We do want to see another Meowscarada though. I'm not gonna lie about that. Erica technically buys us an extra turn if we wanted it. No real reason to do so, right? We could technically back out into Tsareena, and that way we're guaranteed to still have Meowscarada. I don't think it matters, like the order in which we do it. Bouncing around is what doesn't make too much sense. This is also like not necessary to do outright because there's no way for them to do anything about it. So let's just go, I guess, energy here, and we'll just sacrifice Meowscarada. But again, like I said, no healing. So all we need from Tsareena is one heads next turn. Surely it can manage that, right? 07 for Meowscarada. Let's see here. We just need 1 heads. And that's it. And the game's over. The red doesn't really do much in this situation. Go, I guess, here. It all comes down to this. Just 1. Perfect. That's all we needed. I don't care what the rest is. And they understood the assignment. 50 damage, we got you. That's it. Now, from here, all they could do is put this Tauros out in the front, give it an energy and pass, and we have Cyrus to bring out the Moltres. And we don't have to play roulette that time around. We just bring out Floragato and hit for 40. And there was the Meowscarada anyways. The Osiris. Also note that Tsareena, despite it being able to attack for 1, does have a retreat cost of 2. I don't know if that'll come up at any point, but it is a thing, right? And just like that, we win. There will be times when like the opponent, like the Incineroar, like the Moltres, they have like the perfect line of they start Moltres with Litten, Rare Candy up to Incineroar, and then Moltres gives it 3 energy, and then it immediately starts attacking for way too much. Games like that could get a little rough, especially if you don't see, like, we got pretty lucky in how efficiently we saw the pieces, but realistically, if they don't have that high-end flips with Moltres and it takes a little bit longer to set up, it does give you enough time to just keep searching with your cat until you have everything. That's probably the way I recommend using the deck. But regardless, hopefully this helps you. It's one of the more like straightforward ones because it's literally using a meta relevant deck against a poor deck that was made for, like, I guess for people to either have fun or just to get an idea of what Incineroar could do. As always, if this video helped you or you enjoyed watching or enjoy all things Pokemon Pocket, please consider liking and subscribing, as we are going to continue posting the expert solo battle guides in the order that you find them in the game. I think the next one is actually, off the top of my head, I actually don't know. I think it might be the Carbonical. I don't know if they go by typing. Yeah, so it should be the water one right now. But that's enough talking. Again, if you reached this part of the video, thank you for watching, and above all else, stay pro.